Welcome to the Reprioritizing Self series on YouTube. This is where we discuss tips, strategies, and real ish that comes with reprioritizing ourselves in this society. This channel is for any and everyone who does an amazing job at taking care of those around them, but always end up putting themselves last or having some trouble with putting yourself first. So I am Larrisha Coney.
And I am Kiara and we are your hosts. Hey, everyone. Yay. All right. So today we have an amazing show. Our name for the show, this episode is Am I Taking Care of Myself? And we have an awesome guest that we're super excited to speak with today who's going to be joining us. And we are going to be talking with Evolve Benton, the amazing. We're going to be talking about, are we really taking care of ourselves as business owners or just honestly as people who are doing our purpose work? Are we really taking care of ourselves as we're doing this? This episode is super special for us because we are both entrepreneurs, but also because Evolve is very special to us. Evolve is both of our business coaches and also my spouse. So super excited to have them on the episode today. So stick around for more tips on how business owners or folks who are doing their purpose work, could be both, right, can prioritize their care, how to connect with Evolve for support for your own business. And also, as always, we have our crystals, our affirmations, and our reflection questions and journal prompts for you to carry with you through the month as you're doing your own reprioritizing.
Yes. So
Excited.
we love to get started with a check-in question. So our check-in question for today is, knowing that this is Black History Month and also Valentine's Day, if you celebrate that. We want to know, how did you love on yourself and Black people in your life this month? So how did you love on yourself this month, on yourself, on the Black folks in your life, all that goodness? So Kiera, let us know
Good
what
old
you
February. Yes, it's February. I loved on myself. First of all, I got my Black History nails. Okay.
am.
Very essential with the Black History nails. So I knew as soon as I was getting my nails, I was like, I want something for Black History Month. I just want to be, I'm just happy to be Black,
Yes.
happy to be myself. And I think just acknowledging that this month, really trying to uplift Black businesses, um, find out about new Black businesses and folks who are doing really good work and putting them in a spotlight. So I'm trying to add folks onto my page and
Yeah.
my stories and things like that, sharing work. That's how I've been loving up on Black folks. I mean, my boo, who is coming on the show, been loving on them. We've been loving on each other. So I feel like that was
Yeah.
really important as well. And just acknowledging like our ancestors and where we come from and both the like gems that we have received and also the things that we're like, okay, we're gonna mold this into ways that work for us and work for our family, and also, breaking some of those generational patterns and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So that's where I've been like, how can I really hone in on like taking the things that I really resonate with, and also adjusting the things that don't feel as relevant now to me in my life, but that I think is good to evolve.
Yes. Very.
How about you, Boo? How have you been? How was your
Um.
February, and what did you do to love up on yourself this month in your Black business?
Yes. My February has been. I feel like it's went really fast. I this month, to love on myself, what I've been really practicing is reclaiming. So like reclaiming parts and like habits and practices that really help me feel in alignment, that kind of like I've gotten away from. So I'm like reclaiming, for example, like reclaiming being disciplined and reclaiming being organized, even though that
Yes.
might not, I'm seeing it differently, but I'm like, let me reclaim these parts of me, so that I continue to show up how I would like to. I've just been loving on my family and in my other work outside of With Love LC. I've been supporting the Black History Month planning, so that's been really beautiful to have the space to do that and to bring in Black folks from the community and really allow space for the Black students at our school to showcase their talents and like be in community. And so that's been like, it's been hectic in some ways with how planning always can be, but very rewarding. And so I've just been very thankful for that.
Yes. Well, thank you for doing that because you're teaching the children up on the Black History Month information and making sure that they celebrate as well. That's so important, especially for the
Yeah,
young folks. So thank you for that labor
sure.
as you are, being celebrated as well.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Love that. Well, tell us, y'all. We want to know, how are you loving up on yourself this month? Whenever, right? Whenever you watch this, because it's all relevant, always relevant to be loving on yourself, to be loving on Black folks in your life. So let us
Yes.
know in the comments how you're doing that. But yeah, just a reintroduction. I want to hear, LC, what's going on, what's your updates for the month, and just as a reminder, who are you for our we new to this YouTube thing, and everybody's new to us, so we're gonna
Yes.
remind y'all.
Yes. So I'm Larrisha again. Um, I'm a healer. The work that I do is primarily counseling and just holding space for folks. I'm also a founder and CEO of With Love LC, as you see at the bottom of the handle. So With Love LC is a wellness brand founded on the intention of contributing to the well-being of the collective. We have offerings, we have journals, essential oils, very intentionally made items, and all of our offerings are available online. So just some updates. So in addition to the work that I'm doing at my site for Black History Month, I've also had the opportunity to do a two-part self-love workshop with eighth grade Black girls, and that felt very powerful and special. So that's something that I've done this month that I really appreciated. I'm also working with one of my friends in contributing some of With Love LC oils for a large conference to support the wellness of the folks attending there. So that feels very special and in alignment. And for March, just upcoming, I'll be traveling for work, but I'll be going to Toronto, so I'm super excited. I hadn't been there
Cool.
before, and just looking forward to spring. Spring is a really special time. I feel like for business, the sun's coming out. It's like outside season, so I'm looking forward to being back at the markets and connecting with community in that way. So just looking forward to more to come.
Love it.
And
Yay.
yeah,
Come on, eighth
how
grade
about
girls. That's
you?
beautiful. I love hearing that.
Yeah,
Oh my
thank
gosh.
you. And what you been up to? How you been?
Yeah, no. As a reminder, my name's Kiara.
Oh,
I'm a healer. It is an identity that I resonate with because I have been doing intentional work to heal myself, and I also want to be able to share that with other folks, the modalities, the strategies, the things that I have learned along the way, with folks who are interested in learning that as well. So I work with individuals, but also communities and organizations around how to be taking care of themselves, how to be healing from trauma when that, if and when that happens, right? And how do we go forward from there? I feel like for most recently, I just did a workshop with one of my favorite organizations, Rockwood Leadership Institute. So I was really grateful to be able to put on a free workshop for Black History Month. I mean, it was for open for everybody, but I told them it's for Black History Month. Okay, so
yeah.
come one, come all. We're gonna get this healing. And I am also planning some travel, upcoming travel, like basically from March into probably the end of the summer is going to be a lot of movement. So we're going to Jamaica next month in March. We are going to Spain and Amsterdam and Portugal in June or July time. So if y'all are out there, you want to connect, let me know. I would love to meet folks, and or just get some recommendations on what I need to do in those places. And yeah, I also had the beautiful privilege of having one of my really good friends visiting for most of the month with her daughter. And ooh, it was so special because she's only 1.5. So she's just a ball of energy and also loves twerking and loves singing. Like we taught her how to sing. So now she's like, ooh, and like her little, she's so cute, but she loves twerking, y'all. It's amazing. And I just love seeing her like in her joy. And so that was, I think,
Yes.
another part of Black History Month, just seeing like a little Black child in their joy, for like, days and days in a row. It was really special. And so the baby fever is real. And I'm like, I want one. I want one in here running around. I was sad when she had to leave. So when they both had to leave, my friend too. I miss you both. But yeah, we had a good month. And yeah, I'm looking forward to all that is coming. Yeah, in the future months as we go forward. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. And we have amazing, amazing, amazing conversation that is getting ready to happen with an amazing guest. So I'm going to do a quick intro, and share their bio. I'll also bring them into the room. So everyone, welcome the beautiful, the amazing, the coolest, Evolve Benton, Evolve Lee Benton. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about them. And so Evolve Benton is a speaking for profit coach. They are a speaker, educator, and business growth curator who inspires audiences to upgrade their diversity, inclusion, equity, and communication practices. They are also the founder of Mar Media LLC and offer services globally as a DEI consultant. The other side of their business at Mar Media LLC is increasing the diversity of the speaker and consulting industry by helping as many people as possible get into speaking and consulting field through Speaking for Profit University, their university, where they lead a high-level business development mentorship program. In 2022, Evolve was also listed as Yahoo Finance's top public speaking coach worldwide. All right, Yahoo Finance said they are the top. So get you some Evolve Lee Benton coaching. Okay. Evolve is also the author of Sir, poetry dedicated to boyhood and Black queer love, and the creator of the Boy documentary. You can also check them out weekly on their podcast, Boy Meets Wellness. And when they aren't speaking at events or coaching their clients, you can find them enjoying the game of basketball, going on nature walks with their 2 dogs, or traveling the world with their amazing wife. That's me. Welcome, Evolve. We're so glad to have
Welcome.
you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. That was amazing. Thank you for reading that, Key. You did a great job. I'm excited about y'all show, and I'm excited y'all being on YouTube. This is really cool. This is really, really cool.
Yes,
We
yes.
are
So we're
here.
about to dive right into our first question for you, Evolve. So, as an entrepreneur and coach, you are fully in charge of your time and calendar, but your work is focused on supporting others in their businesses. So, how do you prioritize your own well being and care?
Y'all start off with big questions,
Hard
right?
not.
Y'all start off with some really, really big questions. So, you, when I like to think about time management, I think it's important that we put the things that matter first, right? So, I was actually talking to Key about this at the beginning of this year. I went in my calendar and I was like, I have to add in my care, my self care, my time for myself before I add in work. And that's something that I'm trying to stick to. Now, what happens sometimes is what we do is we want to move our calendar around, right? You get that self care on that, you sleep through that self care. You might, have a meeting through that self care, whatever happens. So I think the other side of it for me is not shaming myself when that happens, but being, recognizing that it happened and moving it around so that I still do it. I believe that when I am supporting my clients, I'm also supporting myself in a way, right? Because this is a collaboration. It's not just people are taking from Evolve. So on my calendar, that's a sacred space as well, where I'm providing not only business coaching, but a lot of times we're doing care together. I mean, I had a client on the other day and we did some breathing practices because we were both overwhelmed with all that's going on in our businesses and in our life. So I try, and I'm saying try because I'm not perfect, to front load the self-care and taking care of myself, and make sure also that when I do have times with my clients that we spend time doing that as well, so that it's infused in the work I'm doing.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that. Mm. I hear I hear just like there's some intentionality of like, let me front load, let me put this is like the priority, right? The priority is to move that into my calendar before I schedule anything else. And I would love to hear like, how can you share your evolution to this practice? Like, have you always prioritized your care in this way? What was the catalyst for doing that? How did you get to this place where you're like, yeah, I'm putting this on the calendar first and this is the priority here?
So you want to get to the nitty gritty? This is YouTube, but this isn't PG-13, right?
Go on.
So the answer is hell no. You know what I mean? No, of course not. Coming from being an employee, it's so much grounded in capitalism, right? So as an employee, your time doesn't feel like it's your own. So when I first started being a business owner, I was running it like an employee, which means that I was running myself into the ground to prove metrics to who? Myself, because I'm the CEO, but overdoing it. And I remember distinctly having a conversation with you, Key, about having to take more care of myself. And also you just seeing me almost burn myself to the ground. And that was very, very powerful for me. And then I have friends who are really committed to self-care, y'all, and some of my clients and some of my homies. And I remember I did a session with Zami Hemingway, and you both know Zami. Zami's an amazing individual. And it's called How is Your Heart? Right. And at that session, Zami had us erase our whole calendar. And he said, this is a practice you should do when you get overwhelmed. Get in there, erase your whole calendar, and add in the things that help you, that nourish you, that take care of you, including sleep first before you add in any meetings. So that's why at the beginning of this year, I was like, okay, I don't want to go into this year with overwhelm. So I did that activity again. So no, I have not always been good at this. The evolution is still happening, right? Like it's not something that I think I'll always be perfect at, but for me, it's not about finding balance. It's about me really feeling connected to my body, to my soul, and to my business. And the practices around that guide that direction for me. So, heck no. No. Answer is no.
Thank you. I love that you shared that journey, which I feel like resonates for me too, and maybe a lot of people out there as well. Like get into that point of like burnout or like you at your wits end, and I really wish that we didn't have to experience that to get to the point of like I'm going to prioritize my wellness. And I also appreciate you mentioning having the community around you and possibility models around us to show us and how to practice and keep going and reclaiming our wellness. So, in thinking about that, you talked about kind of goals versus standards in your business as well as prioritizing yourself. So can you share more about what that means and how you use that in your business? So like your wellness, basically like prioritizing your business goals and your wellness goals and how that kind of stays aligned or try to stay into alignment.
Cool. That's a great question. So how do I prioritize my wellness and goals versus standards? Y'all know I love this topic, right? So I'm really I want to say this in a way that doesn't make anyone feel like if they don't have goals that they're not in business. Like I want entrepreneurs to know that even if you just started a thing and you're like, I just want to help Black women look good, so I'm gonna create a lipstick line. Like that was a goal. Sometimes we feel like we got to have like these, macro goals to change the world before it actually happens. So number one, most of us have a goal. We just don't really have clarity. And I think clarity allows you to understand the path to the goal. The path to the goal has to have standards. So I always use this as an example. When you get up in the morning, and this is for people who got good oral hygiene. If you don't, get off our YouTube because we don't rap with people with stank breath. But anyways, look. So you get up in the morning, right? And you brush your teeth because your goal is your teeth don't fall out, right? You don't want your teeth to fall out. You don't want to go nowhere with stank breath. You want to show up good. You want to have good oral hygiene, right? So you wake up and you do that. That's a standard. When you go to sleep, most of the time you do, sometimes you don't. You kind of play with that standard, but we still have that same goal. So for me, it's like, what are the practices that I need to do daily as a business owner, as a standard, that are going to lead to that goal? And how do I normalize that practice and that habit? And for me, one of those practices is self-care and well-being. Like, you can't be a business owner and you out here not taking care of yourself. You can't be a business owner and you're out here and you're not fueling yourself. And shouts out to Key, right, on this whole concept of the cup needs to be overflowing. So if Evolve is not like overflowing with love and compassion, I'm not going to be a good coach. So that means I need to show love and compassion to myself on a daily basis. So for me, standards are almost like the footprints, right, to getting to our goals. But we have to have them. And in order to have that, we have to have clarity. In order to have clarity, we actually have to have a well-being practice. So it's almost like a big circle that feeds into one another. What I find is that a lot of times people have goals, but they don't have standards. So they sit around in a circle and they're like, why isn't the thing happening that I want to happen? And it's like, well, you don't have practices that are grounded in that. You're calling in abundance, but you're sitting in scarcity. And a lot of that scarcity is not taking care of yourself and putting yourself first. So that's what it means for me. What about y'all? What about y'all
Preach,
though?
preacher.
Right. I'm like,
Preach. Exactly. Drops mic. Okay. Oh my
right.
goodness.
I love
No,
that.
I
The
love that.
goals, the standards being the found or the standards playing into the goal. Like, I love like how you said that, because that makes a lot of sense. It woke up something within me.
Yes, I love that you asked us as well, Evolve. How do we do that? I mean, I think that's a great question. And I love that what you were talking about around, thinking back to your other answer around this is how I put my calendar together, right? Because the goal isn't to, those are the standards, right? Putting the actual things on the calendar and doing that in a regular practice. I think for me, the standards I can see in my life for wellness in particular is, I think cutting, like, once work is done, being done with work, right? Like, not kind of going in and out and like, oh, let me just check this email before bed, but like actually being very clearly done and having a defined stopping point, I think is a big standard for me, because it allows me to do the disconnection and the detaching from the work so that I can be taking care of myself. I think another one for me is movement. And my standard, which I need to work on, is making sure I'm doing the movement. The goal is like the movement, right? And making sure I'm moving my body regularly, because that also, I think, moves that energy from the work out of my body and into back into earth, and earth can fix it and do what it needs to before I take it back, right? So those are some of the ones that I'm thinking about for myself. But what about you, Elsie?
Yeah, that I'm gonna echo the detaching from work. Like, people be laughing at me because when that bell ring, if it ain't no meeting after work, I'll be like, "See y'all tomorrow." So definitely holding that boundary, and for me, it's like my weekend ritual. I go grocery shopping at like 8 a.m. because I'm like, I know I need to get it in for the week, be able to cook at least a few meals. And for me, that's important because if I don't make food, I know once the week starts, like, my capacity to like be in the kitchen for an hour or two, it just doesn't happen. So I'm not going to meet my financial goals. I'm not going to meet my health goals. So, like, time to time, a Sunday, there'll be like an event or something happening where I'm like, oh snap, it's going to like, but it really shifts the whole dynamic of my week if I don't cook or at least like prep to some extent. And then also movement. It's so important for me. I'm at the point now, like, even if I wake up late, if I had like 5 or 10 minutes to spare, I was like, let me hula hoop for 5 minutes, or let me do like just to get some form of movement in. So yeah, definitely movement, nourishment, and that boundary of work time. Those are like my top three that keep me.
And naps, because you're the nap
Oh
queen.
yes, I am a nap queen and advocate. So many times I'll be like, "Hey y'all, I just woke up." But yeah,
And we love it. You are a nap role model. Yes, I love it. Anytime I'm like not able to reach you, I'm like guaranteed you are taking a nap right now. And I love it. I love it because every time you respond, it's like, "Ooh, I was sleeping." Yes, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for being that in my life because I need it.
got
Yes,
you.
love that question. Yeah, I love that question. And I wonder for you all who are listening and watching, what is that for you? What are your goals and standards for your own wellness? And if that's something where you're like, oh, I never thought about that, or I don't really have any of that, think about what you would want to have into as that practice for yourself. And you probably are doing something, right? Like most likely 99% y'all are going to be doing something. It may be not as much as you need or supportive anymore or whatever it is, right? So you maybe need to reassess, but guaranteed that you're doing something, right? Whatever that looks like for you, talking to a friend, checking in with your people, whatever it can be so many different things. So thank you, Evolve, for asking that. That's a good question for us all to be thinking about too.
Yes.
And we have one more question for you. You've already dropped so many gems on us. Like we can only imagine what you're giving to everybody else out here in your program, and the way you're doing your consulting work. But would love to hear about how others can work with you and how do they find you, all the things. Plug us what you're doing out in the world and how folks can connect.
Great question. So connect with me everywhere in the world, but the way you can truly connect with me is through my work that I'm doing around my own healing, right? And I want to bring that in for a minute. So I am on a path to heal my relationship with money because I know that in my family and in my generational history, it's grounded in a lot of scarcity and sometimes even a lot of like poverty mindset. So one thing that I'm doing is every Monday I am doing a live meditation space where you can come. It's called Abundant Meditation. We can meditate together and call in abundance in this very like sacred and spiritual way. So if you're interested in doing that, all you got to do is just text me the word inspire to 323-405-9492, and I'll put you on the list and you'll be invited. It's totally free. It's on me. You get to hang out, we get to meditate. And I'm hoping that eventually we'll do this as like a meetup and do something in person so that we can hold space together. It's been really powerful for me to like ease some of my anxiety as an entrepreneur when it comes to money and just the process of what that experience looks like. So I would love for you who are watching this on YouTube. And if you haven't watched this, if you haven't watched the other videos here, y'all need to go back and watch them. If you have not subscribed yet, I need you to subscribe. And if you have not liked this video, go on and like it. But that's how you can connect with me. The number one way. Now you can find me on all the social medias, Evolve Benton, look me up, like some of my content. But that's the main way that I would love for folks who are watching this to connect and do some healing work together.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Come on, join these meditations, y'all. Like this is a standard in our household. Mondays is meditation. So y'all need to be there, get there. We'll make sure to put the number in our show notes so that you can text that number, receive those affirmations, get into the meditations, all of that good, juicy support. Thank you so much for offering that to our audience. And thank you so much for just doing that labor of sharing with others. I know that our personal journeys with our own money relationships and with our own healing is not something that we have to share externally. So just super grateful for you role modeling some of that. I think it's so beautiful to be able to see other people doing healing work and think about, oh, how can I do that for myself? Or what do I want or need for myself, right? So thank you. And also, yeah, go out there, please like, subscribe, share, this video, all the videos on reprioritizing self series. And, we want to know, and hear from you all. What did you get from this show? What questions do you have for Evolve? Pop them into the comments. We will be sure to answer those and check in with Evolve to get the answers for you if we need to. So please engage with us there. But yeah, we appreciate you so much, Evolve. This was chef's kiss. Everything that we were looking for in wanting to share with our audiences, just how we can be taking care of ourselves as people who are juggling a lot, taking care of other people, coaching, supporting, in whatever ways you do that in your life. I think it's so important, and hearing how you're doing it is super important. So thank you for your time and all of the gems you dropped on this.
Yes, I want to echo
Nothing
that.
like
Thank you for joining us and being our first guest on YouTube. Thank you for all the gems and being a possibility model and a model of wellness and just great entrepreneurship and all the things. Thank
I
you.
want to thank y'all. Y'all are doing an amazing job. Like, it's so cool to see your show and your platform grow. And the fact that you're focusing on us reprioritizing ourselves, it also already should be a priority. But the fact that you're reminding us of that as business owners and entrepreneurs, ashe to y'all. Because most of this stuff is about making money. But what does money matter if we don't have ourselves, right? Like, it doesn't even matter. So I love y'all and thank y'all.
We love
Yes,
you.
thank you. All of us hearing was
Right. I know we gotta get some
again,
sound effects and some
for real.
soon
Who want to
coming.
help us with our audio sound effects for the show? Raise your hand in the comments. Thank you, y'all. So speaking of gems, I think we have a crystal gem
Yes,
to share
transition.
with the people. Yes, right?
I love it. The
Plug it in.
transition. Yes. So y'all, we're about to get into our crystal for this month. So our crystal for this month is pyrite. Pyrite is one of the most powerful stones for attracting wealth and abundance in all areas of your life. So that's financial, your business, your health, your wealth, all of that. This stone is not only for good luck, but is also known to support with removing money blocks. It can be used for abundance, confidence, and protection. It can also help you tune into your own dynamic energy towards wealth and towards abundance. So tap in, y'all, with pyrite. I personally enjoy this stone. It looks like gold, so it looks like gold. It feels good. I like to use pyrite when I am in my business space. So I'll have it like on my workstation, or if I'm at a pop-up, I'll have it like near me, on me. It's a really great stone for attracting wealth and abundance.
The good old pyrite. Evolve,
Good
do
old
you have
pyrite.
any thoughts about pyrite or any crystals that you love or special for you?
Nah, but I'm gonna get me one of them for sure. That
Okay.
sound like that sound like something I need. I do wear a lot of like dark stones when I go out to speak, and that's mainly because I'm an empath. So I feel like I take on a lot of people's energy, or I attract a lot of like folks who just need a little bit of extra love.
Mm-hmm.
So I will wear a dark stone if I want to make sure I'm protecting myself.
Thank you. Yes. Love that. All right. And we also have our affirmation for y'all. So I'm going to bring that up on the screen. So, our affirmation for this episode and going forward for you is I am a powerful creator in all aspects of my life. I prioritize myself, which fuels my well being and my business. And we read this 3 times. So, I'm going to give it to y'all 2 more times so you can hear this. I am a powerful creator in all aspects of my life. I prioritize myself, which fuels my well being and my business. I am a powerful creator in all aspects of my life. I prioritize myself, which fuels my well being and my business. So take that with you, y'all. Put it up on your mirror, write it in your phone, write it in your journal, wherever you need it. This is for you as you're moving forward.
Yes, I love that affirmation. And we have our reflection question. So, our reflection question is, what standards do I have for my business or purpose work? How does this align with prioritizing my well being? Again, what standards do I have for my business or purpose work? And how does this align with prioritizing my well being? One more time, because we like threes. What standards do I have for my business and purpose work? And how does this align with prioritizing my well being?
Yes, use that journal on that, reflect on that, y'all. What does this mean to you? Let us know in the comments. If you want to share, it's okay. If you don't want to share, just give us and show us some love in the comments if you would like. Thank you again, Evolve. This was amazing having you here. Your voice, the things that you've shared, being our very first interview on YouTube, you have helped us feel that, we're on the next layer. We did ourselves, now we got our people coming in. So thank you for starting this, being a part of this and being a part of our journey and encouraging us along the way. You've been like one of our top supporters and cheerleaders, and we are super grateful. So thank you for that. Yeah, and everybody else, like, subscribe, share this with people. You already know, if these gems, you heard a gem that you know needs to be shared with your homie, with your family, with your sis, your bro, your people, your sis,
Everybody.
whoever it is, right? Share it, and make sure you all subscribe to this channel, because it's more goodies where this comes from. So thank you, everyone. Peace.
Thank y'all. Bye.